right, we're the Navy Band Northeast Brass Band. Go check out the helicopters over there. It's the coolest thing I'll see this week, that's for sure. In the meantime, we're gonna play some fun music for y'all. But feel free to sing along. We want you to sing along, clap, dance, whatever you want to do to have a good time. We just want you to have fun, all right? So here we go. All right. Thank you so much for coming out to Liberty State Park today as we all celebrate the 250th birthday of the Navy and the Marine Corps. Hoorah to them. I don't know if you caught the Marine Band earlier. Those are all friends of ours. We all went to training school together. So we're very friendly with them, and it was great to see them. You also get a chance to see them and us again tomorrow at Bryant Park at 4 p.m. If you want to check that out downtown, bring a friend that wasn't here today. In the meantime, I'd like to give a big round of applause for the saxophone soloist behind me, MU2 Justin Lockett. Soloing his heart out on that one. That was Finesse by Bruno Mars, one of our sort of favorite pop stars we like to highlight music of. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to our drummer Jay, who all day today has been setting up sound equipment, moving it around, moving his drum set, setting it back up, turning it back down. He's really put in a lot of work today, and he also is like an incredible drummer, so that helps. Otherwise I wouldn't say thank you if it wasn't good. All right, this next one you're definitely going to recognize. Everybody sit back and enjoy our version of Espresso. Thank you. We also, that one featured our one of our esteemed trombone players here. He's just taking class. Nathaniel Cooper from Pennsylvania. He's got some family in the audience. Thank you for coming. Are you his mom? How did I know? Well, we love having him in the band. Thank you for loaning him out to us. This next one is going to feature the trombones as a section, as well as our sousaphone and bari sax instrumentalist. This next one is by Snarky Puppy. Anybody know who Snarky Puppy is? You guys don't count. I saw you talking to somebody else. You don't count either. All right. We got a few people. This is a tune called Atchafalaya. Enjoy. Nolan Garrick on the sousaphone. All right, another big round of applause for Nathaniel Cooper on the trombone solo. That time you're hearing from MU1 Eric Sider on the trumpet. This next one's gonna be by the King of Pop. So we hope you enjoy our version of Human Nature. box. The next one is going to be another snarky puppy tune. Did you guys like that other one? Yeah. All right, that was enough yeses to go on to the next one. All right. This next one, technically we're supposed to have like 14 more members in the band to do it, but we're gonna get away with it anyway. This one's called Bad Kids to the Back. We hope you enjoy. All right, thank you so much. Again, we're the Navy Band Northeast Brass Band, if you're just joining us. How are the helicopters? Are they cool? Yeah, they're really cool. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Navy Band Northeast. You can search hashtag Navy Fleet Week, see what else we're going. All the other events that are happening the rest of the weekend. There's only a couple days left of Fleet Week, so don't miss out. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be playing at Bryant Park downtown. You should check that out. And tonight, our rock band is playing again in Times Square. I think it's 7:30, so check that out as well. In the meantime, I'm going to introduce everybody really quick. We got Eric Sider on the trumpet. Laying it down on the drums, Jay McLean. Nolan Derrick on the sousaphone. Nathan Cooper on the trombone. Mike Maragliata on the trombone. Justin Lockett on Barry sax. My name is Mike Brame. We got one more song for y'all today, so but it's going to require you to sing along. So get your vocal cords warmed up and get ready. You'll know when to sing. Here we go. program. Chief, what do you need?
Give it up one more time for the Navy Band Northeast. And perfect timing, like I purposely planned it, we now have a demonstration from the U.S. Coast Guard for a search and rescue demonstration. So please direct your attention to the orange and white bird in the sky.